Welcome to Role-Playing Eldoria and our love of storytelling.
We last ended up, if you remember, I'll do a brief description of what we did. It's snowing a lot at the moment. It's the first March of the year. Normally, it's the snow is starting to relent, but the snow has been thicker this year. And basically, people spend time putting their gear away, having dinner, checking out what the drinks are there. One of the interactions that kind of came from that was the halfling Haboot, who basically is the Gordon Ramsay of the Hobbit world, who's touring the world looking for recipes, and he had interactions with the gnome Dashorn, who cooks here for the inn. Originally, there was some kind of rivalry there over the level of seasoning in the food, but by the end of the evening, she seemed to have a grudging respect for Haboot. A lot of character discussions. People observed Sharneve, the Yasuran exotic dancer. This game will be introducing Mal Owen playing Farwick, the all-motion cleric. Basically, this just to the background of Emotion at the moment. Sard is a country where the Emotion priests do have justicators, but during the recent Sard-Elkin War, all of the justicators were basically put under house arrest during the war. Now that the war is over and Lord Valon, who has replaced Chancellor Karakar, is trying to mitigate peace conferences between the two nations, he has basically reinstated the Emotion Church's justice system into Sard. And Malcolm will be playing one of those emotions, starting to go out into the sticks and the regions to administer the law to different regions, and also he has his own personal reasons.
God.
At the end of the evening, we had, you also met, there was a group of farmers who were the major landowners in the valley, and they were drinking here and they were kept back because of the snows, and one by one they left to go home when the snows abated a bit. A light spell was placed upon a staff by Elron, the cleric, to help one of the people on their way who had the longest place to travel to get through the darkness. And then basically most people were about to head off late in the evening to their beds when suddenly there was a banging at the doors, and a youth has come into the doors covered in snow himself. Obviously, there seems to be blood on his clothing, and he is saying that one of the gentleman farmers who was there was Batar, was a farmer.
Of course it was. Sorry.
And it is really Batar. Has basically been killed, he said, at the farm, and he's looking for help. There's the old man who basically is kind of homeless at the moment, who's asleep by the fire, has jumped up. Holfrey, who's the male bartender's there at the moment, he's run to the door, and Nellie Tinker has come down as well to see what the disturbance is in. He's basically looks like a young lad, maybe somewhere between 12 and 15. He's got like a heavy coat on, but it's crusted with snow all over it. He's fallen to his knees, and he's coughing and shaking there as Nellie basically goes to the hallway to call down for some of the serving staff who are still cleaning up in the kitchen.
Was he with the group when they left the cabin earlier?
No, he wasn't with them at all.
But he's brought back the glowing stuff?
No, he hasn't brought back
Okay.
the glowing staff at all. Okay, so yeah, Nellie's basically come running back from the hallways. Holfrey's come over and he's basically putting him near the fire. And the young lad is basically shivering. Holfrey says, "This is a Mylan. He's basically one of Batar's young lads who look after the farm, who's been caretaking at the moment." But Mylan still is looks like he's in shock and cold at the moment. He's not saying anything.
It'll be fine. I had to walk out there. What happened? Well, I'll try to go back to bed.
You can see up above, Sharneve's turned up on the balcony looking over. She's also has like night clothes on, and she's wondering what's going on with the noise there. Right, eventually Nellie's there. She's brought hot drink there for the young lad. They don't really know what to start to talk to him. He's just saying that his master's dead. His master's dead, as he shivers there with the cold.
What happened?
I came there downstairs where into the. I usually stay in the barn, and he was there, and he was just dead, and there was blood everywhere. He was tied to a chair.
Is this the person I gave the stuff to?
Yes.
Right, this is personal. Let us go to this gentleman's house.
Okay, so Nellie's
But
saying...
isn't it the middle of the night?
It is. It's very cold
snowing
outside as well.
Maybe you'll have a warm pie for us when we get back. We'll find out what happens.
What's going on?
Okay, suddenly you can see there's this person you haven't met before who's come down the stairs, who's asking what's going on. Master Farwick, there has been murder from the sound of it. Saint Farwick, sorry. Saint actually, and just to let people know, is it's not saying he's actually like a Catholic canonized saint. It's a title of seniority in the church. Basically saying an emotion who can cast spells.
Fancy.
Well, emotion just does this.
There's been a killing.
There's been a murder.
My master, he's dead. I went there.
I put my hand on him and cast Calm Emotion.
Okay. You can see there's like golden motes come from Farwick's fingers that flow upon the shoulders and head of this young boy. And he visibly does become less shaken and he's becoming more coherent and being able to talk to him. Yeah, you learn that basically he's been looking after the farm with two other young boys for the last year. The barn is where they stay. The other two lads went out to visit girls that they're friends with this evening and left him there alone. When his master came back, he kind of said he had this wonderful glowing staff. It was magic, it was. And he went to the main house to just basically where he's got a bed and he just wanted to get some drinks before going to bed. And I made some hot mead for him, left that for him, went back to the barn, and then there was some noise going on. I listened, and then there was some people jumping over the wall at the back of the farm. And then I stayed there looking out. I saw some figures in the dark, couldn't make them out, but when they left, I saw them jump back over the wall again. I went to look to see after my master and found him in the kitchen. He'd been tied to a chair he had, and there was blood everywhere. And I just tried, but I was just too nervous. I tried to get him out of the chair, and then I just thought I had to get help in case there was a way of saving him. And so I came through the snow, and it was cold. It was very cold.
Sounds pretty bad, I guess.
Get used to it. Sounds like I should be able to track this person if it's only been recently.
Right.
Especially with my trusty companion here.
Okay, Hall 3 is going to come with you, the main bartender. And also Knowledge, they keep telling Knowledge that he can't, he's too old, he's like 99 out, but he's coming. He's come down to see what's happening. If there's trouble at my inn, I'm going to have my bloody feet looking after this. You can see there's another older woman called Verity who's trying to talk him out to her. Nellie explains that's her grandmother and grandfather. The grandfather wants to come with the boys. They're also bringing two of the stable hands with them.
I'll go against the tracks because like 5 minutes is a fair bit of time. Just so get that.
Are you waiting for everyone to assemble, or you're zooming off on your own?
I'm going to I'll tell them where I'm going to see if I can find tracks and pick up a scent with my dog.
Well, so you're trying to find out where this farm is?
I'm not just trying to pick up tracks from the people that were only here not too long ago.
So what you're saying is you're trying to follow the tracks from the inn?
Yeah, and pick up the people's smell with my hunt.
Let's see if you can accurately track to get there. Okay, so we're going to do 4 tracking rolls, 1 each mile. So this is your first one now, right there. It's a survival check, I believe. What you'll have to roll for the survival check is 15.
That's fine. 12 plus 10, 22.
Okay. Right, you're basically now at a farm you can see in the distance with lights on. But the tracks that you're following, they some of them veer off into there, or there's still tracks going straight.
Give my dog.
My preference is to have gone with him, holding up the
Okay,
staff
so
for light.
he's with you with a light and stuff. And you're assembling with the cleric.
Yeah, I'm trying to get on that horse.
I get the dog to sniff.
And you'll also have the Tinker family with you.
Okay.
I'll get the dog to sniff both tracks, just in case.
Okay, the dog basically is following inside the farm, but also coming back to the tracks outside and scratching around at where they both were.
But this is the place where allegedly there's somebody dead inside. I go to the...
Well, you have no knowledge of that at all. You don't know the farm or anything.
No, but just assume it's building. You said it was in a building or a shack.
There's a barn and there's a main building.
Okay, you can see there's a little rock wall.
Yep.
And there's a farm.
Yep.
And there's a barn, and there's actually a small silo there as well.
Yeah.
And in the distance in the valley, there are other little lights in the valley as well.
Can we see, if partially filled in, the path through the snow to the barn to the... Is it just a barn? You said barn silo. Is there a house as well?
There's a farmhouse. Next to that is a barn, and then there's a small stone silo.
I will make my way to the house.
So you're going to this house? Okay.
Yes.
You following me into
Carefully.
this house?
Just looking down as I'm going, using the light of course, just to see if things have been dropped or if there's blood splatter or whatever.
So are you going with him into this house?
Yeah.
This farm? Okay. So you're going to the farmhouse, the barn, or whatever?
The farmhouse at this point, because you said...
Two-story? Yeah, two-story.
Yep.
And it's got shuttered windows, and there's some light creeping out from some of the window.
There's a light inside.
Inside, yeah.
As we get close up, can I see anything in the window?
Looking through the window? Yeah, you do get a glimpse of, there seems to be one of the men that you saw at the inn, and he's sitting there looking at a pot that's cooking at the moment. Also, you see looking at the house inside down below, a lot of furniture that's all got sheets over it.
That's strange.
I remove the light from my staff and prepare the day's cantrip.
Meanwhile, as you guys are kind of checking out through the windows of this place, you have assembled now at the inn. We go to the the barn that's in the inn, and some horses have been ready there by the two stable hands that are coming with you. Okay, so you guys are on your horse now. Well, horses. The two stable lads, they're sharing a horse. The people you're with know where this farm is.
Yeah.
So they're going to take you to it. You're going past their farm when these guys are in there. I'll just notice if anyone sees each other as you go by.
Is this before or after I've turned the light off on the staff? Because if the light's still on the staff, that should show up as, it's him.
Roll me a d20. If you get over 10, it's when the light was... under 10, the light was still on.
Surely it'd be after.
Under 10?
Been time.
But you guys are on horses.
Yeah, so you're quicker than me.
Under 10.
Under 10, so the light's still on. So as you go past, as you can see, a light is an unnatural light for you is blazing in the grounds of a farm. But the people on horseback with you, the stable lads and Holthree, that's not the farm as they're concerned. They're taking you down past that farm.
So you are aware of each other. What the Holthree's at the front, so he's kind of just looking at you to see if you want to continue, or do you want to
keep going?
Then you just see the horse people keep going. Do you want to call out or anything?
No, let's not.
No.
Let's go after them. But why did your dog bring us to here? That's interesting. Let's go after them, but we'll make note of the fact that we came here first.
And we saw one of the guys from the
So you continue to look into this house, you guys?
No, we'll shove off
so
after
you're
them.
going to go after them, okay.
Oh, so you're going to go after them, okay. Eventually, you can see these people are trying to catch up with you guys in the background. Okay, you descend the horse party, followed by Alron
Horse party.
and Adam. Continue on down into the Sorrel Valley, and after a good an hour to an hour and a half, you come to the farm that Holthree indicates is Patar's farm. Okay, everyone make a Constitution check at 18.
This is fortitude?
Fortitude.
Do a survival check first, you get a bonus.
Alas,
So 11
Close,
for
no cigar.
fortitude, so. Gain a +2 bonus for all 4
Anyone
people
who's
against
failed,
severe weather or moving.
take a 1d4 damage from the cold.
1. Alright, 19, no, 21. So I'm fine, dog. Dog is not fine. It's cold.
You can see this farm has a wickerwork fence that surrounds it. There's a two-story farm homestead. There's 2 barns on the property, a number of what looks like chicken cages, but there's no sound of chickens or anything like that. You can see through there is a lantern that's still hanging in the barn. Humphrey gets off his horse, everyone does. He goes over, there's some actually wooden gates sitting amongst the wicker entrance, and he opens those gates that go, okay, they go inside to the place. And in there, it's all dark inside as you go in, and you come into basically kitchen come living area that's there. Stone flags on the floor, rushes here and there, stairway going up. You can see that there's low embers of like food cooking, and there's food smell that's in a cradle over on one side.
This is the main entrance to the farm?
Yeah, at this stage now of the game, like you just went all straight away to the farm.
To the house?
There's now lots and lots of tracks and horse tracks there.
Okay.
The gate's been left open, so
And
it's
then
just open in the breeze.
There's tracks of the tracker and the dog going up this way, yeah?
Yep.
Very big tracks.
You can see the dim recesses of the living / kitchen area of the lower part of the house. The only illumination, as I said before, is embers from the fire, where you can smell a savoury smell from the cauldron that's sitting over the fire. Now, Humphrey's there has opened the door.
I'm gonna check the tracks around the house and exclude anyone that's in the group.
So you're looking around the outside, okay,
Yeah.
with your dog.
So I'll walk straight into
You're going straight in, okay?
straight into the thing with light
Okay.
and
With a light
check,
spell, is
check
this?
the,
Or-
yes, yeah,
Okay.
just check the body.
Okay. Knowledge looks at you, the old guy, when you do your spell thing. Well, that's handy. See, there's a figure of a man. You get
What man? Figure of man. What man? Man with. Oh, goodness sake.
in the chair, tied with like a thick, well, not thick, but not like string anyway, with a well-to-do rope. There's a table nearby him that has a plate with half-eaten meal on it. And you can see sitting on the table near the plate, the body itself is slumped, and there's like blood staining all of his tunic. Looks like a well-to-do dressed man. You guys, you have seen one of those people who went to play cards at the bar. And there is, sitting on the table near his meal, there is a heart sitting there with a stiletto through it, and there's also a playing card through the stiletto.
So I should do a hit check on the body
Yeah.
to see whether the heart belongs to the body.
Okay, yeah, certainly, he's not alive at all anyway. And there's a lot of blood coming from the centre of the chest.
Okay, when you say card, what sort of card is it?
It's a playing card.
A playing card.
Looking at distance, like, say if you look from here in the distance, you'd know that that's, say a joker or an ace sitting
So
on
like it's a card from a standard
a
playing
card
deck.
from a
Yeah,
playing
yeah,
deck.
okay.
A card called Dragons.
Dragons.
Usually got dragons on it.
Right.
And when you're looking for tracks and things, right?
Tracks, and my dog's trying to pick up scents that are anything.
Okay, make a check for your dog.
4 plus 9.
13.
13.
13, looking at 15 to pick anything up.
1 for me. 24.
Your dog's kind of just suffering around, probably disturbed by the smell of chicken somewhere on his plate.
Food.
Okay, and you though notice that where it's running near the barn, that there are some tracks in the snow. Starting to be covered by the snow that's still in the fall, but they're still there at the moment. They look like booted tracks, and it looks like there's 2 pairs of them going across the farm.
I'm going to quickly tell the stable boys to tell the rest about the tracks. We need to follow them quick before the trail goes cold. I'm going to make it obvious for my tractor.
Okay, so they come into the farm with the horses then, they're bringing them all in.
Yeah.
And they're going to the front doors of the farm. And you're following the tracks, and the stable boys have come, they're approaching the front door.
I can always send my dog back.
I'm checking the meal, seeing if it's fine.
On the table, yep.
Yeah.
cold, but it's. What do you? How do you
Like,
mean? Oh, you're saying the quality of the meat.
No, does it look like it's being tampered with or anything?
Okay. Have you got anything that besides being a cook?
Nope, I have profession cook.
Because I don't think if I just qualify as a cook means it's been tampered with.
Or even know, like, ingredients that could be
Well,
poisonous and a high
you just
dose.
think, looking at it, it's like a stew. It's
Yeah.
very, very rustic. Not what you cook.
Mm-hmm.
Without disturbing the body, leaving it slumped in the chair, is there any way of seeing how the heart came from his chest? Is this his heart? How has it come out of his chest?
You got healer's ability? Or
I've
anything
got
with anatomy?
medicine +5.
Oh, medicine +5. Make a check at 12.
Very much so.
It definitely is a human heart. And looking at some of the veins that attach to it, or whatever, arteries or veins, it looks like they're torn.
So, looking at the chest wound, this has been.
No, this is looking at the heart.
I'm looking at the heart and the.
Okay,
how has it come out of his?
Okay, so Alon's now looking at the heart, the body. You happy with him looking at the body and thinking around?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to do the same thing. I want to find out whether the heart was cut out, like, medically or ripped out.
Exactly so.
Okay, between both of your knowledge then, you can tell that there has been a slash through the heart. Looks like there's a broken bone that's been there, so it doesn't look like it's been done. One of the ribs has been broken out. It hasn't been done medically right. And there's also something in the cavity where the heart was.
Using a knife, can I taking my knife, changing the light from my staff to the knife, putting the knife into that chest cavity? Can I see what's in there?
When the alien chest buster is.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
No, looking around, there's a big chunk of a dark purple rock.
Well, illuminated thus, it should be very easy to see between the pair of us. We recognise it.
Everything that would relate to rocks.
And the nature by looks.
A rock, a dark purple rock.
Rock or crystal?
Rock.
Rock.
I'm going to withdraw my knife from the chest cavity, making sure not to touch purple rock with my glowing knife.
Okay, Hobbit was looking at the food.
Yeah. Does it look like it's being tampered with, or
Well,
is it
no,
food?
you just think it's a meal. It's like half eaten.
Okay. So it looks like he just got attacked while he was eating his food.
Possibly, yeah. There's no struggle signs, nothing knocked over or anything like
So
that.
just do a religion check to see whether this is any sort of thing.
Any culty, religion, ceremony type thing.
One of the heretical
Oh,
religions.
make a check, yeah. What do you get?
23.
Could be something that someone does, but no recognised thing.
Okay.
That you've basically followed the trail, to part of the wicker fence at the back of the farm. Now, going up from the back of the farm, it starts to go up into a ridgeline, and the wicker fence has been like trampled in. And these footprints have come into the place, they've gone into the barn where the light is on, and they've come back. Right? And you can see basically there as well that there is, lying in the snow, there's an arrow.
An arrow.
Yeah.
I'll take the arrow.
Yeah.
I don't see anything else around.
You can see those tracks have come in from that ridge line coming in, and they've also gone back out.
Okay.
And there's two sets of booted tracks.
I'll take the arrow.
Hole 3 is going up with knowledge upstairs. They're going, and I see that Hole 3 has drawn a large kitchen knife out.
What? The heart is on the table, pinned to the table by a dagger.
Stiletto.
Stiletto.
Yeah.
Very specific.
Expensive looking stiletto. Has a pearl handle.
But there's a card there, isn't there?
Yeah. The stiletto is going through the
Is
card.
it a playing card or is it a calling card?
It's a
or
playing card of a game called Dragons.
which
And
we
it
are
has
all aware of?
and it has a black dragon on it. That's the highest. There's different colours of dragons in the Grand Dragons. The highest card And the black suite is the black dragon.
Like Dragon Gang?
Is there anything that's meant to be like that this card would be valuable within the game? Like, is it like a trump that beats everything else? Or
Part of the game of dragons is you collect the different coloured dragons. That's the highest suite in the game, is the different suites of the dragons.
It's not like anything unique. It's like this beats all other cards. It's like this is the best.
No, all the dragons are equal to each other.
Okay.
You've got at the moment the stable boys you can see are leaning in the door, and the horses are all outside. And they basically tied the horses to a rail outside the farmhouse. They would come in and say that, oh, the mister who's with us, he's gone off, he's looking for tracks in the snow.
He's brave.
Yeah.
He left more tracks.
He told us to come and bring the horses in.
Okay.
No, I told them to tell them what I was doing
And we've just done it.
in detail.
How long do I think
It happened.
the body's been like this?
Okay, you got medicine or healing?
Yeah.
Medicine.
You got medicine, you got healing or medicine as well?
Hey, healing.
I've got medicine.
Okay, medicine, if you're using medicine, you're looking at a 12 to detect it. Healing, you need a 15.
21.
26.
Oh, you both know.
Educated folk.
It's happened within, within the last 4 hours.
Time enough for the boy to get up to the town and back.
Sort of sinks in with what the boy said.
Yeah, it took
Yeah.
him out and you guys about an hour to get up into the Tipsy Tinker.
Given that the heart tends to involve quite a bit of blood,
Yeah, there's a lot of blood in the place.
any footprints in the blood?
Any footprints in the blood?
That would suggest
Okay.
somebody's left the room or somebody hasn't left the
Perception
room.
at 10.
Yep, 20 something. No, 17.
Bare feet.
Bare feet? Feet that could be the size of the young fellow who came to see us?
Could be.
Where is he?
Well, he's back at the Tipsy Tinker.
Well, that in and of itself doesn't say anything against his tale. If he's come in and seen the master, he's walked up to it without considering where his feet are going to go. And he's just bolted.
Knowledge is asking you, is it okay to untie this guy and bring the body back to the Tipsy Tinker? Mr. Farwick says.
I want to keep the rope.
Yep.
So we'll untie and keep the rope. Keep the rock. Keep the
Keep the rock.
stiletto.
Keep the card.
Yeah. So put the heart back in his chest.
All in zip bags.
Put the
Oh,
heart back
put the
in
heart
his chest.
back, right.
Yeah. So
Paper bags over his hands.
keep the card, keep the stiletto, and the rock.
And for it.
So with the body, when we untied it, that is there any other injuries on him?
Any other injuries?
Like any?
No, none at
No.
all.
No, there's nothing like he's attacked him with his hands or anything.
No,
like
no
that.
sign of a disturbance. You can see that they're starting to take notice of you, and the stable lads who are looking at the horses still are pointing over to you and waving.
So they're starting to come in range.
They're starting to imagine they're going to come over and see you eventually.
I'll wave, but I'll keep following the track. Still to catch up to me.
So
I'm
when
slow
you
at
say you're
that.
following the track, you're going off the farm.
Yeah, I'm following wherever the fill the tracks
Up to the ridge line.
So your tracks are getting harder because it's still snowing, and they're getting harder to follow.
Yeah.
Fell out there.
Who's coming up the ridge line behind you?
Thanks for watching that episode. It's really good to see the party getting into some investigating or Sherlock Holmesing. A bit worried there for a minute when they split the party. We know that never goes well. You may have been wondering about why Nigel was giggling away there when Keith mentioned the name Patar. Patar is a very common Eldorian name, and often we'll meet non-playing character, and it will be called Patar. Not all the time, but a lot of the times. Hence, Nigel was giggling away. It's a common first name. The next episode, we will see some actual action. They will be getting into a bit of a fight there. So stay tuned, watch the next one. Hope you enjoyed seeing the new character, Malcolm Owen, playing the emotion cleric Farwick, who's there on personal business, but we'll be doing a bit of investigating of the mystery too. See you next time. Bye.